Notation. Notations are also known as the language of chess. They describe a move, a position, or even a game without needing a board to set up. Knowing this will enable you to play chess blindfolded and understand these complex expressions as simply as this. It might place you in the top 10% of those who can understand and express positions using only symbols. These algebraic chess notations are an official method recognized by FIDE for describing a move or even an entire game. File. A board file in chess refers to one of the 8 vertical columns on the chessboard, labeled A through H. All of these columns are files, as you can see from A to H. This means that this is the H file, this is the G file, F file, and so on. Rank. In chess, a rank refers to one of the 8 horizontal rows on the chessboard, numbered 1 to 8. Each rank contains 8 squares. It's similar to files, but these are the rows, not the columns. As you might guess, this is the first rank, second rank, third rank, and so on all the way to the 8th rank. Setup format. Always remember this when you set up a board position. Make sure the ranks are placed in increasing or decreasing order. Do not place it like this. On ranks 1 and 2, the white pieces are placed moving forward or downward to be promoted on the 8th rank, while the black pieces are placed on the 8th and 7th ranks to be promoted on the 1st rank. This might not seem significant knowledge in screen chess, but it's important when you play chess on a physical board. This 1-minute part of the video alone can make you better than 55% of players who don't set up the physical board correctly, allowing you to avoid missing silly chess rules ever again, saving a significant amount of aura. Coordinate. Every square has its own identity or location, should we say. This location of the square is so absolute that it can literally tell you exactly which square is being referred to. To do this, we use a simple technique. We take the specific file first and then the rank. Then, boom, we can express the square like this. For example, if we want to talk about this specific square, first we take which file that square belongs to. It's the C file and then the rank. So it's C3, C5, and C8. By doing this, we are coordinating the file and the rank to name all 64 squares. Naming pieces. We can use the full word for the pieces, but that will take more time in writing and reading. Therefore, chess uses a different approach for calling the pieces in notation to save space, time, and energy. The first letter of all pieces is going to be used to write the notation of the pieces, but there are 2 exceptions. Since we use K for the king, we use the second letter N to represent the knight. The second exception is that we don't use anything for the pawn. Additionally, we have to write the letters in uppercase to indicate they are actually a piece. Annotating the moves. It means knowing moves by annotation and expressing one. To write a move, we simply combine the notation of the piece with the notation of the square it moves to. And you only need to mention the square where the piece moves to, not the square where it originated. For example, if the king is on d4, we can move the king to d5 and we can write it like this. We combine the K letter representing the king with the square it moves to, d5, which is the destination of the king. We use a similar pattern for the other pieces. However, if we push the pawn to d5, we don't write it like this. We don't use any representative letter for the pawn. We just write d5. And since there is no letter, everyone assumes that it is a pawn move. Another thing you should remember is to always write the piece's letter in uppercase like this. This is not correct. Capture. To indicate a capture, we just use an X right after the piece's letter, like KXD5. A similar pattern applies to the remaining pieces, and with the pawn, since there is no assigned letter for it, we just write XD5. Always remember we use a similar pattern for the rest of the upcoming annotation. We don't mention the pawn's first letter. That is the point. Pawn promotion. If a pawn is promoted, we can write the file name and the destination rank. If it's a white pawn, the destination must be 8, and we add the sign equals to indicate that if a pawn reaches the last rank, it equals a queen. As you might guess, the annotation would be C8 equals Q. Pause the video, and guess what happens if we promote to a knight? It's going to be written as C8 equals N, simple. But how do we indicate if the pawn is promoted by capturing something? In this case, we use the file the pawn originated from, and the rest is similar. The originating file of this pawn is B. Therefore, we write B and add the remaining notation that we normally use. It would be BXC8 equals Q, pronounced as B takes C8 queen. And you know the rest. Castling. This annotation represents short castling. This is for long castling. This is for vertical castling. But that has been removed from chess rules. En passant. En passant is a special pawn capture in chess. It occurs when a pawn moves 2 squares forward from its starting position, landing beside an opponent's pawn, allowing the opponent to capture it as if it had moved 1 square. For this special move, we use the annotation like this. We take the originating file of the pawn, in this case G, and use X to indicate it is a capture, followed by F6. So it would be pronounced as G takes F6. How do you annotate this? That's right, a takes B6. Check. This is the official sign for checks in general. To annotate checks, just add a plus sign at the end of your normal annotation, just like this. Queen to B7. Queen to B7 check. Queen takes B7. Queen takes B7 check. Queen to F6. Queen to F6 check. You get the point. Checkmate. Just like the check, you just need to add the hashtag symbol at the end of your annotation. Remember, don't add a plus sign to indicate the check. It's already checkmate, so replace this sign with this sign. Notate moves in identical piece situations. It's tricky to write when there are similar pieces that can go to the same square. In this position, if we say knight to a5, it shows the knight goes to e5, but which knight? In such situations, where two or more identical pieces can move to the same square, we need to specify either the file, rank, or even both after the notation of the piece. See the examples. Example 1. In this case, both knights are on different files. This knight is on the C file, and this knight is on the G file. Therefore, we use their originating file to know which is which, like NCE4, which signifies the knight on the C file moving to E4. Example 2. These two rooks are in the same file, so we don't use the file to differentiate them. Instead, we have to use the rank of these rooks. Following a similar pattern, we can say R1 takes a5. However, in this position, we can't use the file because of this queen, and we can't use the rank because of this queen. For this rare specific event, we have to use both the file and rank to indicate the right queen, which means we are going to write the origin and the destination of the piece specifically as QH4 E1, which is pronounced Queen H4 to E1. Subscribe! The first 1,000 subscribers may receive a free premium subscription to something really big. Currently, the channel has 905 subscribers. If you are one of them, congratulations! Only 95 individuals are left for the deal to expire. At the current pace, the deal will end 5 days after this video is published.